good everybody, Embers here, and welcome to my first ever tutorial on my channel. And in this tutorial we're going to be doing a gaming thumbnail, simple one you can make. And as you can see at the bottom right here corner, you can see that there's not much layers to it, so it's pretty easy to make. So if you're new here, make sure to subscribe because I'll definitely be doing more tutorials in the future. But other than that, let's just get right into it. So for the width and height, we're gonna have 1280 by 720. And once that's done, you're gonna bring out the image you're gonna be using. For this, I'll be doing a Overwatch background. And either you'll see that the image is too big or too small and it doesn't fit properly. So to fix that, we're gonna hit Control T on the keyboard. And that basically brings these little boxes at the corner, and you could drag it down or up to fix the image. But before we do that, we're gonna hold shift, click, and then drag it down. Make sure when you click you hold it still, so it doesn't ruin the image, because if you don't, you basically get this and that can just overstretch it. And if it doesn't fit properly like this one holding shift and dragging, then you can just let go of it and fix it to where it does. And then you basically have the perfect image size here. Then you're going to want to hit Control M, and what that does, it brings up this curve thing and it lets you adjust the contrast of the picture. And so what we're going to do is going to bring it toward the bottom here and then drag it down. And I'm going to be doing, I'd say 22 and 64. Once that's done, you're gonna bring out the text tool, and to do that we're gonna hit T, or just click it, and then from here we're gonna put the font size 72, and for the font we're gonna be using Kenyan Coffee. It's a nice free font, 100% free. I use this font all the time, but it doesn't matter what font, you can use whatever you want. And then you're going to be type whatever you're going to put on your video, but for this sake I'm just going to be using YouTube thumbnail. And then once that's done, you're going to double click the YouTube layer, and then this brings up the blending options, and this is where you can really just customize the text. So to start off, we're going to be doing drop shadow. For the opacity, 100%, distance 0, the size and spread, we're going to put whatever you want. I like to put the spread kinda high, so like within the 30-40 range. And for the size, I'll be doing 35, so 30-35 works good. Then gradient overlay, we're going to check that. Click the gradient, leave it white, but change the black to kind of a dark grayish. I'd say 1C, 1C, 1C if you want to copy me. And then check the inner glow, put the opacity to 100 and then the size to 10, I'd say. And that's it. So next we're gonna do Control J, and what that does, it duplicates the layers, so we're just gonna drag it down a little bit. Change it to whatever you're gonna use. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing thumbnail. Once you have the layer duplicated, you want to double click and bring up the blending options, and since you duplicated the layer, it should have everything already set, so we're gonna just leave the drop shadow alone, but change the gradient overlay and inner glow. And for the gradient, we're gonna pick whatever color you want. For this example, I'm gonna be doing blue. But before you put like any blue you want, you're gonna want to start it off, or not blue, put any color you want. But before we're gonna do that, we're gonna pick the dark version of the color, so dark blue, dark red, dark green, whatever color you use. And once that's set, then you can put the color, but make sure you copy that. Once that's set, you can put the inner glow on and put the same color you used, but then you could change it to a little lighter so you can get the outer glow or the inner glow on the corners. And that's it for the font. Next you're gonna adjust it by using the arrow keys to get it precise. Once you have it perfect, then you could hit shift click to get both of them highlighted, then Control J to duplicate, then Control E, and that just merged all the layers together. Then you can hide these two, and that's it. You have all that. Then you hit Control A. What that brings is the highlighted box, and to do that you can just hit Control A or get the marquee tool, just highlight the whole screen. Then you're gonna want to first you're gonna get the mouse tool out, my bad, sorry guys. Then, or the move tool actually, wow, I didn't even know it's called that. And then you're gonna align it horizontally and vertically. Once that's done, you're gonna hit Shift Control N to make a new layer, or you can go down here and do it, but yeah. Then you're gonna bring out the marquee tool, hitting M on the keyboard or just clicking it. Then you're gonna right click, stroke, width 22 pixels, and then the color, it doesn't really matter because we're gonna end up changing it. And then to deselect it, you could either hit Control D or deselect. Now that we have the stroke on a new layer, we're gonna rename it to stroke just by clicking the text. Then you're gonna bring the blending options out for that. Then you're gonna drop shadow, check that, opacity 100, distance 0, size and spread whatever you want. I'll do 35 and 24. Gradient overlay, we're just going to copy what we did with the font with the blue color, or whatever color you used. And then, wait, I actually have it copied, so you could just paste it down. Then put the inner glow, the same color. But like I say, just bring it a little lighter. Change the opacity to 100. And then once that's done, you're gonna keep the stroke layer and text layer right toward the top. So stroke always the first one, and then second's gonna be the text tool, or not the text tool, the text layer. And then we're gonna make another new layer, and to do that, like I said, is Shift Control N, and we're gonna get the brush tool out by hitting B. We're just clicking it, and then you're gonna want to click this box here, this down arrow, to bring up the brushes here. And we're gonna be using the first one, and then the size 400, hardness 0, and then you're just gonna get a blue color, the one you copied. So we're just gonna paste that, and then just get it halfway toward the bottom. And then we're gonna put the color or the blend to whatever you want. I'm gonna be doing, I think, overlay. Yeah, overlay looks good. Then you're gonna make another new layer and change that to black. Do the top half black, and then leave the blend normal. Change the opacity down to 20%, I'd say. Looks good. And for this one, you're gonna change it down to whatever you want. I'm gonna be doing 70, and that's it. That's how you make a simple, clean gaming thumbnail. And I know it's kind of simple. If you guys want like more an advanced one, I probably will end up doing one. So just subscribe if you haven't, and just keep checking on my channel. Yeah guys, I'll see you guys in the next tutorial or whatever I do next. Later.